Unisinimana usafaina kosodo sin kani koronti American God. Ilama kashun usamoshukiti isamakawati God. Ilama kushin fine miliki senekun God. God speaks to the world, and God speaks more importantly to the children of God. For the world is corrupt, evil exists, because deceit exists. And wherever man walks in the world, he walks in a world that is full of deceit. And it is the deceit in the world that distorted man, and in all the ways that man became distorted, he was never able to find a righteous way to living in God. Wherever the many place those that are of them above them, they place deceit above the righteous ways of God. And in every part of earth man knows not that he lives in a distorted world, that he has become distorted himself. And that in every way that the Lord thy God spoke, God told them, you have created your own demons and your own devils. For you are all that there is, and all that there is represents the way that you are. And so wherever man sees deception in the world, he sees demons, he sees devils. For out of all deception came the evil that consumed man. And everywhere on earth man is consumed by an evil he did not know, that he created from himself. And these things were not known to them, because no man understood the way in which he is created in the image and the likeness of your mother and father God. Everything that exists in the world around man exists from within man. For man was shown that everything that he has produced that is seen, he has produced it from within himself. And so your thoughts become that which is seen, but they are also unseen. So everything that man thinks about manifests itself either in a seen form or an unseen form. And so when man thinks of all the terrible things that he thinks about, he is creating from himself terrible things that become unseen. And like every seen thing, every unseen thing takes on a life of its own. And so man does not understand that in creating his thoughts, he is manifesting both in the seen and the unseen those things that he had conceived. Everywhere on earth, man is shown that he's forever thinking. And when he is forever thinking, he's forever producing from himself that which he thinks. And there are many things that he is producing from himself, that he's creating from himself, that is manifested in the unseen. Man did not fully understand why he was told to love and to do good. For every loving thought that came forth from man was sure to bring every goodness with itself to man. And so in all of the earth I have shown man that wherever his thinking was never working in the love and the goodness of God, his world became distorted, And in a distorted world, man became distorted himself. And so he did not find the way to the righteous ways of your mother and father God. And so all men found themselves in a world that was always in turmoil, that brought pain and suffering and grief unto them, because they did not realize that as gods, they were creating a world that would torment them. Man, in his distorted way, has never been able to live eternally, because that which came forth from him and returned to him also distorted the spirit that is within him. Be sure, I said to them, of what you do. For whatever you do, it will come back to you. And all that man did, in every way that he did it, in every seen and unseen way he did it, returned back to man. I sent you to teach and preach the truth, that my children may awaken to the way that they are, and to the reason why they have never been great as they were. For every way that they had walked in the sacred and divine ways that had been given to them, they were waxed strong in might and power and wisdom. And so they know the things that they needed to think, so that they may be able to create from their thinking the reality that they needed. No man understands that everything that he has produced in this world came from his thinking. And because he had no way of knowing the power of thought, he had no way of knowing what lies within him that would have enabled him to be able to create the world in which he wanted to live in. I say to you, teaching and preaching is the way that I have said to the children of God that my son would show you the way. The way would provide you with the truth, and the truth would lead you to the light of God that is hidden within you. Everywhere on earth I have seen man walked in a crooked way. And every nursery rhyme I have told to them symbolized to them the way in which they had gone and the outcome that they would receive. So tell them why the story of the crooked man was told to them. Because I said to them, there was a crooked man. He walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence, and he bought a crooked house. He married a crooked woman. They made some crooked children, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Everywhere that man departed from the sacred and divine order of God, he found the crooked way to go forth in the world. Every crooked way that he went lured him into the way of money that is crooked. Every way he found money that made him even more crooked, he ended up buying a house that is all of his ideals that also became crooked. When you marry a crooked woman, you are attaching yourself to everything that is crooked. And everything that is crooked begets every other thing that becomes crooked as well. They become your children. And every way that your children became like you all end up living in a little crooked house called a coffin. For the journey of man is a crooked journey that leads always to the coffin. Every way that he came out from the womb and found a crooked world that he himself emulated, he continued like everyone else towards the coffin. And all that he had found and all that he had embraced and all that he had longed for all became nothing in the little crooked house. There are many stories I said to man, I have told you, for I am the giver of all thoughts, and every way that I have given the thoughts of goodness and love that you have turned away from, you have found all that which brought nothing good to you. And in all the world man went, I showed man that he had not understood anything that I had taught him. I said to them, Humpty Dumpty sat upon a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they couldn't put Humpty together again. And Humpty Dumpty represents all those that you have placed above you to rule you, who did not know that they were sitting upon the wall of God's judgment. And wherever my judgment strikes, I show them all the pomp and ceremony and the officials they have around them. None can bring them back again. And man did not take time to understand any of these nursery rhymes that I taught them. And Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Every one of you come into this world trying to walk up a hill to fetch what it is you couldn't know. And every way that you went, you did not know that it was your head that led you. It is your head that brings you tumbling down. And so everything that you sought to have, everything left you. They're all the nursery rhymes that I told them that spoke to them in the parables that they didn't understand. Because God's way had not been the way that man found. And when man did not understand the way your God speaks, he didn't know how God would speak to him. Neither would he know what God would mean by the things God says to him. Everywhere I send you to teach and preach, let them know that God has always given them ways to understand the way they were going and the things that would happen to them. And you see why God is a wise God. God called it a nursery rhyme because God told them, from the nursery, you will learn these things. And so when children are little, they're given to recite these nursery rhymes. And nobody asks, why did God want us to know these things at such an early age? I would have told them, these are the guidelines that I have given unto you, that you may know that which will befall you when you do not follow the sacred and divine ways that I have given to you. All over the world, it's the same thing. Tell them the story of Peter the pumpkin eater. So he had a wife and he couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell and they kept her very well. It is all that man does in the way in which he disempowers man. And whenever you want everything for yourself, you always find a way to deny others having it and create the illusion that they can have it. And so this whole world works on all the principles that are in all the nursery rhymes that I have given to mankind. Tell them. God spoke in every way to let you see what God wanted you to know. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spouts. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Then out came the sun. It dried up the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. And God said, that's you, man. You're coming this world being spiders. You want to climb. To what end? For wherever man climbs, he always finds there are some things that are greater than himself that would bring him down. Every time he comes down, God says to man, okay, let me clean you up, let me dry you out, so that you may contemplate why it is that you were brought down. But God said, no, as soon as you get dried out, you start climbing up again. And everywhere you climb up, you are brought down. You keep going up, and you keep coming down. And then there comes a time when you can't climb up again. Everywhere in that man is looking to climb. To where? For what? And everywhere he looks around the world, he saw men said, we reached these heights. And then they came down. And they saw what happens to any man who comes down and cannot climb up again. Every nursery rhyme carries within it a parable of God to man. And all men read it, all men recited it, and all men live it without recognizing they're living out a deception that they created from themselves. God brings us joy and light and joy, giving you the way to show the way that the children of God may follow. For God is true to every word that God has given to them. I have come that this world through me may live again, and that those who are chosen and those who are elect will live in the parallel world that I have prepared for them. Everything you have around you is influencing the way you think. Everywhere you think produces the things that are around you. It's time for the children of God to wake up, to heed the messages that I have given unto you to give to them. Turn away from all these ways that you have gone. Desist from all the things that you have done, and just wait. And just wait. For in the silence, God speaks to you. And every way that God speaks to you, God gives into you that which must be known and that which must be done. Speak with God and ask your God, is the message that has been received from you? And God will answer you. If you believe in God and you believe in what God told you, ask and it shall be given to you. Ask God, God, this message that this man is sending to us, does it come from you? And who is he? Ask God. Don't ask me. Don't ask anybody else. Ask God. For if you believe that God answers your requests, then ask and wait. Ask and wait. And God will awaken you a truth you had not known, a truth that you need to know if you are to find a way to the salvation of God. Peace, love, and mercy are that which I sent to you, that in all the ways that you are, so may the light that is within you shine brighter to enable you to see what you have not yet seen and to know the things that you are yet to know. Shimano koro sefe kindi, ishala marakato sefe kintindi, ilamako shinamakan de sofote kintingi. I leave God's peace and God's love with you.